Hey, it's Brett from 4 Acres Wild, and I wanted to take a moment to give an update on my plan to get our farm status.
What was that, Mac?
79 eggs.
79 eggs.
So just a quick recap on us. We have 31 chickens here, so we might have about 10 sheep in total. We've done bees, we've tried pigs. We have a victory garden that we built during COVID, and we've been doing garlic now for about 8 years, growing anywhere from 100 to 1,000 bulbs like we did this year. What I love most is really the transformation. When you start out in the spring, everything's dead, the grass just turns green. And you start planting your seeds, you start planning out your garden. Before you know it, it's just like this lush oasis. I think the one thing that's just really important to clarify is that growing a garden like this is not going to enable us to scale our ambitions to get our farm status. We really need to focus on 1 or 2 or 3 things, and that could be eggs, that could be lamb, and garlic. And that's why we really need to get a new garden set up in place, and that's the goal for this year, so we can grow a lot more than 1,000 bulbs. So to scale garlic, I need more garlic beds. I need a larger garden. On the side property, we have a field that really is not utilized at all. The ash trees have started to creep back in, which I try to cut down every once in a while, but they just keep shooting back up. Back in May, I laid down 5 tarps. I believe they were 20 by 30. 4 of them were blue, 1 was white. The whole idea is that by putting the tarps down, the plants can't do photosynthesis, which means they can't convert sunlight into energy, and so they die in a natural, organic way. I've never done it like this onto this scale, so I am excited to see how it turns out. Garlic planting right here. Got the workforce out. Planting 500 bulbs of garlic today. Now, growing garlic is a pretty simple thing to do as long as you follow the key steps. Starts with planting it in the fall, insulating it, and then throughout the year, the way we've set this up here is that we actually get 3 garlic harvests. So our first harvest is the garlic scallions in May. So what we do is we take all of our small bulbs, we plant them in a small bed really close together, and then that comes up first thing in the spring, and we're able to harvest that like a green onion in May. If it wasn't planted so close together, this would develop into a garlic bulb, but you can eat the entire plant like a green onion. And this is the first year we did it, and it gave us a delicious harvest of something that we could eat out of the garden right at the beginning of May. It looks like a green onion. It's just a garlic that hasn't fully developed, and you can eat the entire plant. Our second harvest from the garlic plant would be the scapes. So the scapes are the flower pods. They grow out of the garlic, and like anything, there's only so much energy, right? So you want to cut those scapes off so all the energy production is going into the bulb. Otherwise, it's going to be going towards sexual reproduction into the flower. This is basically what a scape looks like when it has not been pulled. So you can see it's turning into, you got a bunch of garlic seed in here. The scapes we typically pull in June. Lindsay makes a fantastic pesto out of it. It keeps in the fridge for months, so it's really a great byproduct of the garlic bulb itself.
Look at all those scapes.
Garlic. And then of course there's the garlic bulbs. So we used to pull those in August, and every year it seems like we pull them a little sooner. We pulled them this year in mid-July. They take about 3 weeks to cure in the garage. You don't want direct sunlight, you want some airflow. Now I'll be up front, the one thing that I'm really not good at, that I absolutely have to get better at, is storing the garlic. Because if we want to sell garlic, you know, we need to be able to store it properly. So this is from last year. They're all totally dried out. One of the biggest challenges we're going to face is just the weeding that will be required to keep the garlic growing as best as possible. So we did 2 sessions of weeding this season, a lot of work each time. So with the garlic we had, it was probably about 2 hours of weeding. So just to scale that up, if we grow 5 times the amount of garlic next year, we're looking at 10 hours of weeding just to keep things maintained. Overall, it's been 8 years now growing garlic. This year we had our biggest harvest yet, 1,000 bulbs. My ambition is to get our farm status. It's just going to take a bit more time than I originally thought. And so the next phase of this project will begin later this summer into the fall, where we actually begin to build that garden bed, amend the soil, and then prepare it to plant garlic in the fall.
See, that's all pretty dead.
To all the real farmers out there that farm full time, my hat goes off to you, because I'm on 4 acres, I'm doing my best, and I am honestly always overwhelmed by how much there is to do and just the challenges that you come up against all the time. So to the real farmers out there that farm full time, my hat goes off to you. There's no question that getting your farm status, there is a tax incentive for that with property tax. And as everyone's aware, the world's only becoming more and more expensive. So any way to lower our tax burden would be a good thing.
You're sleepy? Oh my goodness.
And then of course there's the challenge of it, right? I have a lot of admiration for people that are connected to the land.
I'm trying to make a pie, Daddy.
Here, now that I have kids, I want my kids to have that connection as well. I want my kids to be producers, not consumers. Really raise them into good human beings when they become adults that, not only can contribute to the world around them, but also have the ability to grow things and to do things and use their hands. Because I think that's something that we've really lost in our society.
I'm making the brown Frosty guys.
Frosty?
Frosty the brown. I want to name that one Muffin Head, since its head looks like a muffin.
That's the update on 4 Acres Wild. The farm status goal is very much alive. We just have a couple more steps to go before we can get there. But when we do get there, hopefully you'll come by and buy some garlic. Thanks a lot.